Hello and greetings, everyone. Sorry for the delayed start, but here we are. 'Tis I, the Silver-Quill, and I am joined quite happily by my good friend, Lightning Bliss. Whoa, I almost did a slip up there.
I am Lightning Bleh.
Lightning Bliss. I was almost going to say Mad Blissy, but that's after I start talking.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, yes.
So Blissy, how are you this fine September 29th?
Well, I am doing fairly well. I just stopped working to join the podcast, so a little tired, but happy to be here and hopefully be of entertainment or service or whichever. I am flaking on live streams these days.
No. Well, the purpose here, you are not here to entertain or perform or do anything other than just hang out and be your own wonderful self. You know, it's a come as you are party.
I shall do my best.
'Tis a come as you are party. Party. Most party.
Yeah.
And that goes for all the folks in the chat.
Woohoo!
I want you all to feel comfortable and at ease. If you're having a hard day, don't be afraid to say so. We've all been there. And speaking of yon chat, it's time for shout-outs. Like Vulpecula Einfield, Cosmina Inspira, Cherry Fluff Belly Official, Pokemon Fire Eevee, and Lady Almathea, also known as Norma Ruiz Gallardo. Streak Arioso, Brian Luna, William Crow and Enderpup, Voltage the Unicorn. Ooh, gets 5 volts per the corn. Let's see here. Country Shape Media. And let's see here. Yugi Lover 1. Ooh, the first Yugi Lover. I thought that was Anzu. Gojalion 91. And Champ to Stay. Let's see here. Oh, Nathan Duazo. You mentioned there was something you wanted to tell me before the stream started. But, well, delays happen. And, of course, ever faithful MLP Trinary. Good to see you. Oh, and I should turn on the computer audio. Let's see here. Battlecross. Good to have you. And let's see here. Just making sure. Magical Dude. And let's see here. Laloid, Natalie Morales, Brooke Carter, Khalid Hussein, Nexus Galaxy, Kaiju King Gamezilla, or Gamzilla. Wait a minute, does that mean that that's Godzilla after Leg Day?
I have no idea.
Anyway, Cassie Phillips, Brooke Carter, Angel Fox, and Rebel Appliance. I have Rebel Appliances. They're usually my washer and dryer. And hello, Blue Griffin and Gojalion91 over on the Twitch, along with Seth Moss and Cherry Fluff Billy. Cherry Fluff Belly. Belly, Bully. So. Bully, bomb. One push is all you'll need. And I can't do any more unless I get sued.
Wow, there's like a 3 or 5 second delay on your end.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because I'm streaming.
Only Cop One did that. I don't know, it was on yourself too, so,
I do not know. Perhaps it's just the internet in my area. Perhaps it's just the world has gone mad. I am perfectly satisfied with the answer of the world.
Sorry if I respond slowly then.
Not to worry. All I know is it's the world turned upside down.
Or more like start talking over you.
Oh, that too.
Or more like I apologize for talking over you then, because I can't tell when you stop talking.
Well, think of it this way. We don't have to worry about... after the Republican national debate, I don't think you have to worry about anything. Good. I believe that what was most quoted out of that is, thank you for talking over me while I interrupt someone. Now let's see here. I need some vectors. Pony parts, rare angles.
Ooh.
That's strange. What did I do with my G5 vectors? The case of the missing vectors. Ba, ba, ba. I saved them in completely the wrong place. This is where my computer thinks it's smarter than me, but it's not. You can't just save it to the last place I accessed. I need to say something. I will be heard. I will be recognized. And Trinary, thank you once again for the donation. Greatly appreciate it. So the game plan for this evening is simply to have a nice sneeze is good. And then I'm just going to vector some G5 characters some more for further shenanigans. And we'll just chat. We'll coffee talk. I'll give you a topic. Partridge family. They want partridges. They want a family. Discuss.
Do not know them.
Oh, you don't know. She doesn't know the partridge family. That's right. She's not old like me. Oh, the elderliness. Oh, the outdated references.
Though I did discover something incredibly old that I used to watch as a kid, but apparently is controversy to today.
Huh.
I think it was a bad moment with Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and I had no idea because in my mind, cute tiny bears and magical horses. Little did I know that it was incredibly racist to Native Americans.
Uh-oh. You know,
it was a series called The Pawpaws.
Pawpaws. I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't remember watching it. I mean, I could name.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, basically, it's just a bunch of Native American magical.
Whoop. Uh-oh. Blissy? Oh, I'm sorry. I lost you there for a sec because I tried to get Discord to give us a closer region connection.
Ah, okay.
So sorry. A magical group of...
magical group of Native American tiny little bears that live in the woods. They even have magical horses.
Huh.
But apparently it is considered incredibly controversy because they were, the show was considered really racist. Like, the top 10 would rather forget cartoons.
That's understandable. I mean, when I talked about Inhumanoids, boy, there were a lot of problems with that. The 80s were, actually, this is worth saying. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, it was a different time. Just because it's a different time doesn't mean that it was all right. It was wrong. We just didn't know. We had a lot of blinders on. I'm of the view that...
Yeah. I mean, again, when I was a kid...
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I am so sorry. I don't know why we're having such issues.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, again, I was a kid. I was like 5 or 6 when I was watching this. I didn't know this was a problem because in my mind, it was a cute, adorable little bears dressed up like Native Americans that rode on magical horses. What's wrong with this?
Honestly, that sounds a lot better than some of the stuff I saw growing up. There was this cartoon, Go Go Gophers, where the Gophers were an indigenous tribe. Now, they were the protagonists, but they had all been, their numbers had been reduced to just 2. And like, wow, okay, just wow now. So, what as I was just mentioning.
Oh.
Oh?
Yeah, I just looked that up. Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. Yes, I think for sanity's sake, I shan't be sharing that on this stream. I mean, people can look it up if they want to. But I would rather you focus on us. Hello. Because the big thing is, back in the day, how can I put this? I'm a believer that the right thing is separate of contextual culture and the beliefs of the times. People can go to great lengths to convince themselves that something wrong is right. I more view it that oftentimes we have to contend with a lot of blinders to what is right, and it takes sometimes a great deal of arguing, clashing, and just getting people to try and lift the blinders away to realize something's going on. And it is not an easy process. Just like trying to find a screenshot of Sunny facing to the right. Come on. To the right. To the right. To the right. Left, right, left. Okay, we'll figure it out as we go. Here you go. This will be plenty to start with. Yes, this is my work from the lunch hour, just putting clips of Sunny into my editing software and exporting all the frames. I'm sure if anyone looked over my shoulder, they'd be like, what is that guy doing? Who uses Adobe anymore? Okay, so.
I do.
As do I. That is my preferred. Well, after Final Cut went with node editing, which I have yet to learn, I'm working towards, just the Adobe suite and classic familiar digital editing. Whoops. Now,
Very much so.
Ah, there you are. I blended Sunny in with her own screenshots. Yeah, that's what we should do. Where's Waldo? Now, let's see here. I asked Nathan Duazo earlier, what do you want to tell me? Now I have to seek out... Oh, Voice of Reason has joined us. Hello, Voice.
Hey, Voice.
Trinary is saying that folks are starting to get their application responses from Ciderfest. I have not heard anything just yet. Yet.
I do hope folks have fun with that. I won't be going to Ciderfest. I'm not sure if I'll only be going to one con next year or maybe 2, but we'll see.
Well, it's always a joy to see you. I'm hoping to get to Harmony Con, but the Texas Franchise Board, they hate me so.
I don't like them either. They make things complicated.
So complicated. I don't even understand why. I've done nothing to them.
They really do not like They really don't like solo business owners.
Huh. Curiouser and curiouser, but also, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. You got a problem? Give it a good yeah.
Lady Amelthea is asking, do we have a favorite autumn treat and or beverage?
I mean, I really should try a pumpkin spice latte sometime.
Oh my God, how have you not?
You know, for a time I thought I didn't like the taste of pumpkin, but then a friend had me try out a little something, and I was like, ooh, it is good. I mean, otherwise, apple cider with a little cinnamon stick in it is a good way to go.
Yeah. What about treats?
Treats. Well, it's Halloween. It's sugar. Actually, everything's sugary in October. But no, a treat. I'd have to get back to you on that. I'm trying to think of what is available only in the fall. How about yourself?
Usually apple pie starts to become more of a thing in autumn. Or caramel apples, or pumpkin pie specifically. Pies come to mind for autumn for me, but also cookies.
Cookies.
I mean, I know you can make cookies at any time of the year, but...
Yeah, but they get more adventurous with the frosting and the like.
Oh, yeah.
C is for cookie. That's good
muffins.
enough for me.
Oh, my mother's pumpkin bread. Yum.
Oh, we got a swooner here. Much swooning. All the swoonage.
Pumpkin bread.
So yeah, I think
it's not like bread at all. It's more like cake.
Ooh. Okay, so I think pumpkin is the clear winner in this discussion. We must all pumpkinate. Don't hate, pumpkinate. Yeah, I just came up with a slogan on the spot.
I like that. That's a nice saying.
Yeah, they should hire me.
Yeah, patent it.
That's right.
Yeah, patent that.
Silver-Quill for National Pumpkin Advertiser. So let's see here. Just check it out. Yugi Lover 1. Have you ever played Legends of EverQuest MLP-Silver-Quill? Can't say that I have.
Don't think I've heard of it.
Let's see. Oh, there's also the question of what 80 shows have withstood the test of time.
Ooh.
I will give a nod to...
Withstood the test of time.
I will give a nod to Visionaries. Honestly, I feel like it was gone too soon.
Well, aside from My Little Pony and Transformers, okay.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Even, look, I love Transformers. I watched My Little Pony back in the day, too. I won't say I was as avid a fan then as I am now. But Transformers had a lot going on and not all of it good. So I don't know if that will hold up to the test of time. The core idea and the wonder is thankfully carried through into later, arguably better iterations. But that's just my view on it. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, you're good. I just don't know when to talk because of the delay.
Well, by all means, please talk away.
Well, it's hard for me to pinpoint a series that stands the test of time for me personally. I guess I can name a few other than Batman the Animated Series, X-Men. Uh,
Oh, but those were
let's see.
90s.
Rainbow Bright, I still enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 80s. Okay, we're going 80s. Well, well, here's the problem with that. See, I was born in 86, so I was really, really young by the time I was old enough to comprehend a lot of these cartoon series. So, I guess technically Care Bears, because that was in the 80s.
Yeah, that holds up. I mean, you know, a bunch of little bears that just want to help people. Good Lord, if anyone could be offended by that, they've got special powers.
Oh, the Care Bears. Yeah, I still recommend people watch that just because it literally is what Silver just said. It's literally about a bunch of magical, powerful bears going around the world, helping people to care and share and love one another. What's not to love about that?
I'm sure someone could think of something. There's always a very bizarre take out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's the easy argument that the movies aren't so good, like the plots are weird, or maybe the acting's a bit off, or some of the animation's a bit spotty. But I grew up with it. Call it a guilty pleasure for those who don't enjoy it. Easily, my favorite Care Bear is technically he's not a Care Bear. He's more like a Care Bear cousin. Basically meaning that he's not a bear, he's a different animal entirely. He's Braveheart the lion.
And thankfully not Braveheart, the Mel Gibson movie. Freedom!
No. Braveheart's primary personality was that no matter what odds he's facing, he is going to go in charging because he's brave and courageous and it's the right thing to do. Of course, there's a downside to that mindset, though, because he'll tend to go in charging without thinking ahead first. But I admire that about him because it taught me about being brave and sticking up for your friends.
Of course, I also remember Braveheart's one true weakness: pickled beets.
Oh, yeah, he did. Pickled beets? Oh.
For those who don't know, there was a Care Bears in Wonderland tale. And Grumpy Bear...
It's my favorite.
he was so hungry throughout the whole thing. And so by the end, he's doing a rap about how hungry he is and wants to have some pickled beets. Which Braveheart then throws in, pickled beets? Oh, I guess he feels strongly about what's pickled. Now, me, I like lots of things pickled. Especially cucumbers. You pickle a cucumber, and therefore it becomes, well, a pickle. I'm all for it. Gimme. Gimme.
Pickled red onions, great on sandwiches.
And let's see, pickled coleslaw is pretty good.
Ooh, that's an oldie.
Well, I get it.
Inspector Gadget, that's an old one.
Inspector Gadget, that was a lot of fun. I'm sure they fit a few stereotypes in, yeah. Because that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Wish it weren't, but that's how it goes. Still, I will say Penny Gadget was, how can I put it? A strong, independent girl who honestly did more work than her uncle. But wasn't terribly hostile about it. And let's see here. Actually, I forget. The voice for Inspector Gadget, who also played Maxwell Smart. I forget the actor's name, but is he still with us?
I'm not sure. sure?
Well, I might look that up later. I don't want to...
Question mark?
That's fair. I'm not sure. Question mark. That's a good way to put it. Okay, it appears I've got the wrong color over nya. That stripe only goes the other quarter of her tail. So maybe I should put all these behind her. Yes. Boop. Boop, boop. And then you get people like, hey, what's that bit of color back there? Hey. Meh. We're back to the mess. Yeah, see? It's a really big deal, see? Meh. Oh, okay. Adam Leisman confirms it was Don Adams who sadly passed in 2005. And TF2 and Disney Lover 1258 wonders, what do you think Thespia would choose as a Halloween movie to watch with you, Midnight Sonata, and Aeon?
Right, because normally we do a Mystery Science Theater riff for Halloween, but I gotta be honest with the chat, due to a lot of very painful and sad circumstances, my friends and I decided that we think it was best that we canceled that this year. Maybe we'll do it next year, but more than likely we won't, because the problem with the Mystery Science Theater project was that anything that we were riffing on tended to get copyright almost instantly, and it was just a 30-day battle to uplift it, and that was incredibly stressful and frustrating for me. Just on a normal basis now, and topping that with already a very stressful situation I'm already in. Will specifically said, I think it would be best for my health and mental health that we just skip. However, that doesn't mean that I don't want to do anything this year. I do have something planned in the works, and I am hoping to get it done and uploaded before Halloween, so that it airs on Halloween, but cross your fingers. It will really all depend on whether or not I get everybody's lines in time, and whether or not I can do the audio on my own. So we'll see.
Well, we're rooting for you, but don't...
Went on a tangent there. Sorry for that.
No, don't be sorry. Goodness knows I've been pretty tangential myself. But mostly we just want you to take care of yourself.
I am trying.
I could see a drill sergeant in this. Oh, try harder. You are a wonderful individual, and you will take care of yourself. Now get into the ground and give me 50. Actually, there's a thought.
yeah. Again, folks, we're not. Again, folks, we're not doing a video. So yeah, you can stop guessing. It's not happening.
But now I'm suddenly thinking of like a self-valuing boot camp. It's like the most extreme personal.
I don't want to go to that.
Come on, it'd be the most extreme personal care you could ever get. Have a guy shouting in your face, "You are a wonderful human being!
No!
I like you very much! Now give me 5 laps around the compound!"
I want to go home.
I can't seem to shout too well tonight, but yeah, but I'm totally scripting this in my head now. Could have maybe Jasper there. Who is a wonderful human being? I am, sir. Shout it louder. Yeah, I can see Jasper shouting that. I'm a wonderful being. Please don't hurt me, sir. Oh, but yeah, wow. I don't know what's up with my voice. Or in this case, my trachea.
And do it.
No, I don't think you could. I blame Colorado's fine allergen population. The allergens. They attack me so.
I thought they'd be less bad up there than they are in Tejas.
In Tejas? Well, I don't know. Tejas don't have the monopoly on allergies, I can tell you that much.
We just have them all year round, but sure.
Oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, I guess one of the things I can look forward to in the colder weather is not having to take allergy pills, but goodness knows I've just made that part of my morning ritual. Right after shaking off the funk of sleep and talking like a zombie in the morning. Coffee, caffeine. Blur.
I'm sorry, that sounds like my coffee.
But your coffee talks to you? What does it say?
That's my coffee.
Blissy.
It says, you want pumpkin spice.
It's like,
You
Blissy.
want 2 cups.
Live into the spice melange, Blissy. Oh, wait, I should whisper that. Blissy, give in to the spice melange. Part 2 of this movie is coming out later. The spice, Blissy, the spice. At which point, then I become my best Vegeta impersonation.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God, the voices are back. That's right. Kakarot, if this doesn't work, I will literally kill you. Now, as I am drawing Sunny's...
I know you're quoting it abridged, but...
What?
Sorry about that.
No. It's that darn delay.
It is the darn delay. I forgot what I was going to say. Carry on.
Well, it is abridged. Boo Bits, they're calling it. I appreciate that. Though they moved on to other things, they still did a little bit of Majin Buu. Well, let's see here. Oh, yes. As I'm about to draw Sunny's bag, let's consider for a moment her favorite pony buttons. Buttons. We have Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash. Now, if you consider Twilight's unicorn and alicorn, that means she's got every pony tribe represented except Earth ponies. What the hey, Sonny? I mean, I don't think I'm taking crazy pills here.
Maybe they represent more of her primary personalities?
Well, I can see her especially identifying with Twilight. I don't know if I see a lot of Fluttershy in her. Maybe some of Rainbow Dash's drive and determination. The sight of a unicorn fills you with determination.
Well, determination, yes, and kindness on top for Fluttershy.
There we go. I like that theory.
It's just the theory. It's just a theory.
A game theory. No, wait.
Boo.
No, I was just talking about him, you know, the boo bits. A deboo, a bits. Actually, gosh, that might come across as naughty. Naughty, naughty. Come on.
Oh, my.
Oh, my sparkles. I will give G5 credit for coming up with interesting expressions. Or like, oh my hoofness. Oh, my sparkles. Of course, nothing will beat a good old Homestar Runner. Oh, gad.
Ye gods.
Oh, yes, ye gods. That's, what would I call that? Discworld. Yeah, there we go. That's a good written swing saying. Let's see here. Mechasonic Fan Artist wants to know, what is your opinion of Misty a Breakdown?
I am really scared to answer anything on G5 related because I feel like a lot of people are not going to like what I have to say.
Well, then let us put this disclaimer. Fine people, if you like G5, but you hear someone being critical, know that they are not saying that your taste is bad or that you should feel bad about liking something. It is just one person expressing their opinion, and who knows, maybe we can gain some extra insight. There we go. I believe I have covered our tushies.
Okay.
So what?
That'll work for me.
So
because well, so I recently watched the recent release of Chapter 5, and it was a chore to watch. There were a couple, like I could count on one hand, a couple of moments where I got a bit of a chuckle, but after that, I became incredibly frustrated with where they were going in regards to plots. But focusing back on the question about Misty, she, like many of the characters, is unfortunately just a bit forgettable for me. The show focused way too much on her to the point where I'm like, so are we just going to forget about that big plot about Opaline and her conquering Equestria and the dragon? Okay, we're gonna focus on Misty and her family issues apparently instead, even though that's not life threatening to the entire pony race, but whatever. It was things like that was just rubbing me the wrong way, to the point where the only character I really cared of listening to was Zip, again, because Zip was actually focused on the primary plot of the show. It's just at a point where I feel like the show can no longer keep track of its own plots, and it's focusing too much in a period of time on too many characters at once. I really wish it would just take its time and start separating out the characters. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, I hate comparing the two, but that's what's going to happen, especially when you put Gen 5 as a sequel to Gen 4, because it's in the same universe. So unfortunately, I am going to compare. Gen 4 did it better in regards to episode pacing, where they would focus on maybe one or two ponies at a time, maybe even three, whereas Gen 5 is focusing on all of them at once, and all of them have to have something going on per each episode, and that's just too much for me to focus on. My ADD starts acting up, and then I start asking myself, is there something else I could be watching? You know, it's trying, or it tried but it's not doing it for me. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, Misty is not a terrible character by any means. I don't outright hate the character. It's just one of those things where she's not exactly catching my attention like in Gen 4 with the other characters. Like somebody could easily ask me, "Hey, what do you like about Fluttershy?" and I could easily tell you. "Hey, what do you like about Celestia?" Again, I could easily tell you. What do you like about Rainbow Dash? And Rainbow Dash is not even one of my favorite top 5 or top 6 characters. And I can still tell you things I like about her. What do you like about Misty? I don't know. She kind of feels there's nothing standing out for me with her or any of the characters. They all just feel fake to me. Like none of their personalities are very appealing. And it's frustrating. Sorry. Went on the rant again. So, yes, these are my thoughts. Back to you, Silver. Woo!
Well, I like your thoughts. I also like the woo transition. I need to get that as a audio file. And now we go on location. Woo! There we go. I like Misty mostly because she's dealing with the aftermath of an abusive relationship. Almost, I see a lot of her and Quasimodo well, at least Disney's The Hunchback. And, well, thankfully she's enjoying a better ending than he got. I'm talking about the original writing, not the Disney movie in this case. So she's sort of rediscovering herself in the world, and that leads to a lot of rooting, also because she's had to suffer so much abuse and insults and demeaning from Opaline. I do agree that the pace for Chapter 5 was very much a slow burn. And as a result, I don't really like the Netflix way of doing things in this. You only get 5 episodes, but you have a whole cast that you don't want to feel cheated on. So as you say, they've all got a lot going on right away, where you could probably space it out more if given more time. But they're not, because Netflix is like, we're just going to do 6 episodes and call it a chapter. Whereas G4 was a weekly event. Feel your fave pony didn't get a chance to shine this week? Don't worry. There's always next week. Whereas next chapter is, 3 months away? Very frustrating. So yeah, not a fan of the Netflix version. I do like the characters when they're trying to rediscover something about Equestria. It's harder, I think, to give them an identity with such limited time frame. I mean, I loved Hitch in the movie, but since they gave him Sparky, I feel like they've tried too hard to make him seem less threatening, so he becomes more panicky, more wishy-washy about what needs doing. Whereas in the movie, he was a top decider and influence within Maritime Bay. So it doesn't help that the movie was so great, and then they had to hand it off to a different team, and, well, that team is going to face a lot of harsh judgment no matter what. So I'm hoping that makes sense. But
that makes total sense. You basically summarized how I felt a bit shorter.
Well, I mean, we all have time to ponder, but there are things I like. I feel like Pip is sort of the influencer I wish people could be. She never has to denounce someone. She never has to try and tear down another to make herself look good. If anything, she actually does try to make everybody look good and feel validated. But they don't really explore that other than, you need to get off the smartphone. Be present, as she puts it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll work. Is that it for Sunny? Oh, nope, the buttons. How could I forget the buttons. Actually, considering that they're all shots of a cutie mark, maybe I should call it the butt-ons. Thank you. Thank you. Now, as I heard through the grapevine this week that Tell Your Tale will continue onward into 2025. That's going to be a lot of good nights, but I don't know what Make Your Mark is going to do. But when people say, "Oh, Tell Your Tale's has a better viewership," I think, well, yes, it's bi-weekly, available on YouTube, and hasn't taken any sort of breaks or lulls. Of course it's going to attract a greater audience. Whoop, wrong. I want Cutie Marks, not Cutie Mark Crusaders. Angry Sweetie Belle is angry. Nope, that's Darlene Dash. Good. Golly, I can't. Cutie Mark Guide. Work with me. There we are. Hui. You know, you just want a little bit of cooperation from your own computer. But will it do that? No. It's got to be all hipster. Mm-hmm. It's trying to be Skynet Junior. Oh, that'd be great. So, everyone, remember when Silver's computer turned out to be Skynet? Sorry. And they, I tried calling Apple tech support, but they told me just to turn it off and on again, download the newest patch, made the computer more angry, tried to blow up the world. So yeah, I can only imagine what tech support had to say on Judgment Day. Are you satisfied with your service? No, I don't care. We're all gonna die. Let's see here. Grimwolf wants to know, do you think Sunny Starscout has devolved from her original character, or has she changed her role in the story? I'm going to say a little bit of both. Because I feel like right now, Zip and Misty are the most driven and the most developing characters, respectively. Sunny, having achieved her goal...
I will agree with that, yes.
Yee. Sunny, having achieved her goal, seems to be taking a much more passive role now. And, well, in some ways, I mean, I can understand, but as the drive and motivator of the movie, kind of expect her to have a stake in keeping things going. Blissy, what are your thoughts?
I would agree, and that's incredibly frustrating too, because again, it's just one of those things where I feel like the series can't make up its mind on things.
It's like, who is the leader or motivator for the group?
Yeah.
Wait, what treachery is this?
It's
the butterfly. Look, this top butterfly. It is looking the wrong way. Oh my God, 0 out of 10, unsubscribe, gone forever. I can't believe I have to do this. The perfect view of these butterflies. Now ruined forever. I can't look at Sunny without seeing shame. She hath besmirched...
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe she besmirched Fluttershy. How very much dare, Sonny? How very much dare? In fact, all the butterflies are facing a little different. My rage is now fully unbridled, which is funny because it's a horse show. Let's see, Grimwolf points out, thinks Sunny Roll has changed. She's become more of a mother figure that tries to help to avoid conflicts, but is not yet good at it. And that's a fair interpretation. That may be... There's nothing that says because she was a leader in the movie, she must be the lead in all things now. I do like her dynamic with Zip in Chapter 5 was more about making sure Zip didn't... over-harass their new friend, who is rather emotionally vulnerable. But at the same time, I would think she'd also really, really, really want to know what's going on with this Opaline character. Wait. Now I'm looking at the rainbow.
I was really infuriated. Like, okay, I see where they were going with that, but on the other hand, this Zip has a right to be concerned and worried, and I feel like once again she's the only one who does care about that.
I mean, yeah, other than Misty and a little bit of Sunny, I can't say the others seem all that concerned. Gojalai91 wants to know how we think Opaline compares to the other villains of G4. Well, the villains of G4. It's a G5 versus a G4. Golly gee.
Well, here's the thing with the villains in G4, I realize, compared to Opaline. Opaline is just a constant... can't talk. Opaline is just a constant existing threat that's going on in the background, whereas the other villains were basically either defeated or reformatted within 2 episodes, and then deemed not worried about anymore. For instance, when they dealt with Nightmare Moon, she was dealt with within 2 episodes. It became Princess Luna. When we dealt with Discord, he was dealt with in 2 episodes as well. He was turned back into stone, and then reformed later in 2 more episodes. Or no, reformed in 1 episode. Tarek, again, 2 episodes, was defeated. And then not worried about. And then in season 9, as far as the main 6 were concerned, they defeated Sombra again after he somehow came back, and they didn't fully understand how he came back. Also notice they didn't really question that either. They just discovered that he came back somehow, but they were able to defeat him. And they had no idea that Kozaglow, Tirak, and Chrysalis were still out there. With the exception of Chrysalis. Chrysalis kind of vowed revenge on Starlight Glimmer, but then she took off running. Everybody was sad about that, but realized there's nothing they could do to change her mind, and they basically said, well, if she comes back, we'll be ready for her. And that was that. That tied up a loose end. That's the problem with the villain with Opaline. She's a constant factor. So I'm always constantly worried about, okay, we all know she's there. The main characters know she's there. What are we going to do to stop her? Should we talk about, stopping her? No, we're going to focus on podcasts instead, or a party, or a taking care of a baby dragon or checking out the breezies. Okay, I guess Opaling's not that big of a threat. I don't understand.
Well, in some ways, I consider that a carryover of a trait from G4. Like Cancelot Wedding, you've just introduced that there's an entire population of shapeshifters who want to overthrow and steal the emotions of your citizens. Do they implement security measures? No. So when the changelings come back with a vengeance, everyone's caught flat-footed or flat-hooved, which are already flat. Huh. So that metaphor falls apart really bad. But opponents just seem to think if it's not an immediate danger, then they can just forget about it. And you're like, no, you fools, prepare. They'll be back. You still have 3 seasons to go. Also, I have an OC I'd like to introduce to your show. It'd be great. So in some ways, I can allow a little leeway that ponies think, oh, okay, nothing's happening right now. Everything must be fine. It just seems to be part of their nature. Also, I'm still frustrated that Shining Armor's best security measure was actually the least effective. Namely, having all those security doors and guards who are just bad at their jobs. I mean,
yeah, what happened to the magic shield he used to produce during the wedding? What do we just cancel that idea?
I guess because it didn't work against the... Well, it did work against the changelings, but they brainwashed him. And I guess he was like, well, I need to come up with a security system that doesn't rely on me being in Canterlot. At least that's how I see it.
And Celestia and Luna proved that they can put some of their magic into devices to control the sun and the moon. So why can't they create a device to create the exact same shield?
I like that theory.
Magic! It's very complicated.
Or, as bad writers tend to say, it's magic. You don't have to explain what happens. I will question whatever I please. Thank you very little.
A stupid day.
Oh, a stupid day. A day just to be dumb. That would be something. But then it would probably wind up on YouTube. Actually, let's see here. I am trying to figure out a smart way to do Sunny's leggings with the legs with the duotone. Duotones on ponies are so very, very frustrating. I mean, I like them because, lo and behold, that's how horses look in real life. But it's kind of a hard thing to vector. Check your vector, Victor. Roger, Roger. Now, let's see here. There was a question earlier about our favorite design in G5. Yes, by Magical Dude. I should... forgive me, folks on Twitch.
Our favorite what?
The favorite design.
Like in regards to the characters' designs, or...
Well, I mean, is there one character you thought, hey, I really like how that pony looks? It may not be, their personality may not win you over, but you just think, yeah, the designers did a good job with that one. I will say that
well... Sorry.
Oh, no.
I really hate this delay.
It's okay. I'll just say that...
I'm too scared to talk.
Don't be afraid. Look, I don't know why, but I have a face that is infinitely interruptible. My family does it. My local friends do it. I take no offense, because I will get them all one day. But you didn't hear me just say that. But I take
But I have a reason. It's because of the call.
That's right. That's why you'll be spared. You all have to pinky promise not to turn me into the cops. So, there's my dark moment for the stream. But point is, I don't take offense at being interrupted. So please go ahead, say what you want to say.
I mean, personally, I like Pip's and Hitch's designs. Pip's fluffy wings, they're so distinguished and cute. There's just something about them. They're so fluffy. And she's so tiny. Oh no, I just described myself.
Actually, you suddenly got me thinking of Lilo and Stitch. You forgot to mention cute and fluffy. Shaka Khan. But
and yeah, Hitch's design is relatively simple, thankfully. But it stands out. I don't know what it is. I think it's the blue hair with the orange coat.
There you go. I wonder if fashion ponies. Oh, blue hair with an orange coat. Oh my God. The future is dark indeed. But let's see here. I gotta say that vectoring these characters, I am gaining a new appreciation for all the little things that I failed to notice early on. Like, well, if you just look at some of these screenshots of Sunny, this is just from the first special. You see, whoop, there we go. You zoom in and you see a little pink around the ears, the individual eyelashes, the way Twilight's cutie mark curves with her bag, all these things, I think, add a little extra detail to them, and therefore I like them more. But if I had to go with, oh wow, that's a great design, I too would say Pip. I think they had, and Izzy, her almost electrically bright hair, mane hair. I think that's really fun, and I like the integration of jewelry into her design. I feel kind of bad for Zip because while she is, I think, one of the more interesting and driven characters, her design is a little on the bland because it's mostly white with only a few other tones. Celestia was almost white, a very, very, very pale pink, but she had that multi-hued mane and jewelry to add some extra bling. It's unfortunate that she doesn't want to have anything to do with royalty or her station, but because that would add a couple interesting things. Even her concept art featured a little bit of regalia befitting the heir to an entire kingdom. Which then I have to ask all the shippers of Zip and Hitch, which, I totally get. Do you think Hitch would make a good king?
I think he would.
Yeah.
If he weren't so wishy-washy.
Yeah, they got to leave the wishy-washiness, which is something that really only came with Sparky, and I think that's part of the reason I'm less a fan of the old Sparkerino. Though there were some pretty wholesome moments for him and Hitch in Chapter 5. But by and large, I'm just like, Sparky, stop it. Whatever you're doing, just stop. You are killing the Hitch's character. Leave Hitch alone, I'm serious. Ah. Anywho. Now, there was a question over on the Twitch. With Whooshy going, "Ay, mamma mia." Seth Moss wonders, have you seen the We're Not Candy commercial with singing pills? I trust this is some sort of child safety PSA.
I have not.
I am intrigued, but again, due to copyright, I can't check on during the stream. Oh, get this. Last week, where I was just playing music off Pretzel, and I thought it was royalty-free, I got copyright claimed. For the music. It's not like I didn't, like, take a copyright hit and lose a bunch of privileges on YouTube. But at the same time, I'm like, aye. What gives? How very much dare?
Everything is owned.
Yep, that sounds about right, actually.
It's like, might as well just hire musicians, make your own custom theme songs and background music, because that's the only way we can have music at all anymore these days.
And of course, if you want to do reviewing, you should make your own series, write, script, and edit, get it posted on Netflix, and then critique it. That's the only way you can avoid copyright claims. I'm so sad. So very sad.
Pat's Pat.
Well, my name's Silver-Quill, but I appreciate it. Of course, now you got me thinking of that SNL skit. Here comes Pat, which in this day and age, it would not fly. Oh, they'd be in so much trouble. For those not in the know, Pat was a character on Saturday Night Live, played by a woman, but done up in such a way that they were a bit androgynous. You couldn't tell their gender, and as a result, people would try to trick Pat into revealing. So, like, they'd say, "Oh, for the office party, men are bringing drinks, women are bringing hors d'oeuvres. What will you be bringing?" "Oh, I'll be bringing the antacid." So that's the gist of it. I can't see that working in this modern era. No sirree, bub.
Nope.
Ah, here we go.
Get some water. There we go.
Here we go. Let's see here. Seth is from...
Little Chris is bringing us hot chocolate. Yes, please, please.
Oh, well, I gotta admit, hot chocolate is good. Even in the summer, I sometimes like a good hot chocolate. But I'm crazy like that. I'm a rebel, a loner. I don't play by your rules. Now, can I have some hot chocolate, please? 'Cause I'm Batman. Oh, well, that raises a question for me. Blissy, I don't know if you've seen this in your recommended feed. Have you seen Bat Canned?
I have not, no.
There's a comedian, Pete Holmes, who sort of started a comedy line of dealing with comic and video game characters in some way. The best is the X-Men, where Professor Xavier, who turns out to be quite the rude dude, fires them all individually and criticizes them every step of the way. I think my favorite is Angel. You're a bird. I'm not a bird. Bird! Flips him off. Hey, I'm giving the bird the bird.
Okay.
Then Then he went into Street Fighter, where they had to fill out paperwork, pointing out the ridiculousness of it all. And last but not least, there's Batcanned, where Batman fires members of the Justice League, even though he's not even the leader. Because the Justice League has no leader. So I find them hilarious. I mean, I still think X-Men is the best. But if y'all are looking for a good joke, just type in EX-men and you'll get something else. Cherry Fluff Belly wants to know if we're looking forward to the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
I don't really have interest in it, to be honest. I am just not fun today, am I?
You are your own wonderful self, and that's all anyone asks for.
I mean, if I'm perfectly honest, I'm looking forward to seeing The Nun 2 and The Meg 2.
Now, there is a wide spectrum. A demonic being in the shape of what is supposed to be essentially a bride to Christ. That's why they wear white. It's a bit weird for me. But, and then the Meg, an ancient undersea life form from prehistoric times. I think you got the full spectrum covered there. Now, I saw...
People are always shocked.
But people are shocked that you like... Oh, well. J Yoshi 64. Whoop, should just call them J. Did you say demonic being or demonic bean? Well, demonic bean is a strong mad concept. Beware the cursed legume. But, you know, if beans make you scared, there's no shame in that. Just a unique opportunity for a horror line. Now, I saw Uncle Willie's Wonderland starring Nicolas Cage. And that was very much a Five Nights at Freddy's with a great deal of practical effects. So I'm pretty good on the killer theme park idea. I don't know if it counts as horror, but I did just see A Haunting in Venice. I'm actually kind of a baby when it comes to horror. I don't go for the gore and such. I do, however, love The Thing as a movie.
Blood.
Blood, bleh. Oh, yes, this weekend I hope to watch
The Thing. Sorry.
No worries.
Oh, muting.
That sounded catchy. Very catchy. All the catchiness. Let's see here. Well, first off, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Rizel LP? Rizel P? Either way, welcome aboard. Appreciate the squawk. And the Booty Shake Luigi over on Twitch. Booty, rocking down the world. Hey, Mario. Watch me twerk.
Okay, there we go.
Welcome back. Let's see here.
Thank you. I'm going to rejoin the call and see if that helps the delay or not.
Okie dokie. We'll see you in a few. All right, well, it's just me now. Oh, she's back already.
I am back already. Is this helping?
Well, let's see. How... I'm going to count to 3.
It does not look like it's helping.
You know, I had this problem just once before with Sky. I don't know if it's like a thing that just happens and we just drew the short straw or what have you. I don't know if there's something I can do different to improve decision-making.
Yeah, because I also tested my internet connection and I got high speeds, so don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a slouch when it comes to internet speeds. Of course, my most recent trouble was Destiny 2, and, well, that isn't actually my fault. They are apparently suffering DDoS attacks. DDoS. A digida. Truth be told, I don't even really understand what a DDoS is. Chicka. Oh, but here's this. How's this for video game bitterness? I'm playing what they call a Grandmaster Nightfall. Basically, every enemy seems like a mini-boss with their bullet sponginess. And you are a tissue paper against them. But we have fought our way to the lead boss and have got them down to, I'd say, 1/10 of their health. Trying up to deliver the coup de grace, and I get booted from the game. And there's no going back in, there's no checkpoint, there's no trying again. There's just anger, disappointment, and chips. Lots of chips. Nice. Oh, Rays, I play a Titan, which is basically punch stuff good I do. I've often wondered about trying a different class because they all seem to have better movement. Which makes me really jelly. So jelly. But enough about game companies under cyber attack. So, listen, I'm curious if there's a fun tradition for any point of October. You know, a little bit, go to a haunted house, a cornfield, a block party, family party, what have you.
Normally my family likes to get together and have a small little Halloween get together where our kids will dress up and some of us adults will volunteer to walk them around the neighborhood. And we always bake yummy treats, but these days, because of everything going on, I'm not sure if we're going to do anything this year, which is rather unfortunate. So basically everybody at the Rainbow household has been trying to come up with ways to do something for Halloween. In this case, I'm at least hoping to check out Oktoberfest in the next town over.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Drinks.
There's also the hope.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I sorry
There's
to interrupt.
also the hope of. Yeah. Sorry. I'll be shush.
No. I interrupted you. Please don't be shush. No to the shushitude.
I like to try to get at least 1 or 2 scary movies in. Actually, I think we are expecting a friend to come down in October from all the way from Canada, Dusk Flare.
Oh, nice.
So that should be fun.
Excellent. Please give Flair my best.
You shall do so. But yeah, I'm hoping we'll all get to see The Nun 2 some point in October, hopefully.
And as for shenanigans, we'll have none of that. Huh. Cherry Fluff is wondering, Cherry Fluff likes to do art. So is there anything you've ever wanted to see drawn that maybe Cherry could fulfill for you?
I am honestly drawing a blank at the moment.
There we go.
Surprise. Well, okay. Maybe I could throw an idea. I like rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything with rainbows, I'll be happy.
There we go. Although, if you want to just draw a blank, like she said, I mean, that's also a possibility. It's real easy. Here, I can draw you a blank right now. Here we go. Ta-da! A blank. Which conveniently eliminates half of my tagline at the bottom. Wet Ilkling Bliss. Anywho. Let's see here. Let's see.
Oh, did you save? Somebody's saying you didn't save. Did you save?
I have just now. I've also been called a goober, which is a wonderfully retro name. So thank you. Thank you, Enderpup, for calling me a goober. Now see me after class.
I am relaxed now. I honestly thought you didn't save. That would have sucked.
You know the pain, I take it. Oh, the pain.
Yes, very much.
Do not weep, dear Blissy. We're okay. The unsaved file can't hurt us. This time.
Why is everybody saying what my husband calls me as his nickname? That's my nickname, Goopy Goober.
Huh. Well, Enderpup said, all in caps, you didn't save, you goober. So, maybe great minds think alike? Ooh, can we be goober buddies? She didn't say no, folks.
I mean, I don't see why not. I didn't say no because, well, first off, delay. Second, are you goofy? Are you a goober? Then yes, you're a goofy goober.
I try to be quite gubernatorial. Oh my goodness, all the little details on Sunny here. I'm amazed that I've been working so long on just a few, really just two angles. Hot diggity. And I haven't even put in the hair glow, which is so iconically G5. I mean, say what you will, but I do like how the CG adds luster to their locks. Except for Porzip, because again, I feel like they gave her the short change on dynamic light coloring. Let's see here. Champ to Stay wonders, why am I vectoring them? Well, Champ, while I can't yet say that I have specific plans for the Friendship Fellowship in like a Pinkie Pie Says Goodnight, or maybe doing comics of my own, which is how I got started in the G4 fandom, I just realized that part of expressing my enjoyment of G4 rather, was being creative about it, and I'd like to try and foster that for G5 as well. So here I am, vectoring away. I've only gotten to feature Pip in a very brief Pinkie Pie Goodnight, but I have ideas. Oh, such strange ideas. You can't even know the weirdness of my brain. Because I don't. They say to deceive your enemies, you must first deceive your friends. Well, I'm both to me. Friend and enemy. So, I must deceive myself. Unrelated note, did you know here in Colorado you can actually marry yourself?
Huh?
I was serving as a witness for my friends at a notary.
I guess.
And somehow it came up in conversation. I thought, that's brilliant. I can marry me and then get all my money in the divorce. Turns out I'm a gold digger.
I guess that's one way to prevent shipping.
You can't prevent shipping. You can only accept it. Oh, that reminds me, I should tweet out. I finally got those shipping standees that I worked on a while back. Mixed results. I need to redo Clutter's stance because he invades the personal space, if you know what I mean. But the funniest thing is that the print company didn't flip the text on the back. So it says shipping standees and the character's name backwards. I don't know. Maybe I should just sell a mirror with each.
I'm sorry, I'm just still stuck on the...
Marrying yourself?
I'm just stuck on the whole marrying yourself, and now I'm just going to the line from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish of, well, I can't compete with your one true love, yourself.
That's right. I know me better than I know anyone, and even then I surprise me. I mean, I guess it would be the ultimate display of egotism to marry yourself. I know I could never love anyone else, so marry me. Oh, I thought I would never ask me. I mean, I'm not even sure. I'm sure there's a different interpretation legally, but I can't parse that out. Oh, what do you know? Her hair goes under the bangs. See? New things all around. But yes, I really didn't ask for clarification. I just started coming up with schemes.
Excuse me.
Oh no, come on. You're an hour ahead, so it's coming up on 9 o'clock over yonder.
Nah, true, but I've just not been sleeping well. Up and on.
Cosmin Answer wants to know, how does marrying yourself even work? That is an excellent question for which I have no answer. Apparently it's called sologamy. Huh. Sologamy. Sorry, but when I hear gam, all I can think of is Running Day. We're back to those Godzilla gams. Oh, yes. As I recall, Bliss, your fans on Twitter voted that you cosplay as Godzilla this Christmas, this December-ween. No. But the big G.
Yes, Blissy will be dressing up as Godzilla.
Oh, they say he's got to go Godzilla. Have you by chance started on the design?
Admittedly, though, I actually already have. It will be featured on my art booth when I open up for commissions next month. But I'll also display it probably as an avatar on my Twitter, and I'll upload it on my DA page. It's funny though, because I was very much open to everybody just giving me suggestions on what to do for a Halloween costume, but I just couldn't come up with anything. And then when people started giving me ideas, that prompted me to finally come up with my own ideas. But I realized that, well, the whole point was to let other people choose for me, so let's not disappoint. So I selected the top 3 that people kept suggesting, but then threw in one of mine that I specifically wanted to do, and kind of just hoped other people would go for it, but they never did. And ironically, I was really hoping people would vote for Hydia from the G1 MLP series, the main witch of the antagonists.
Oh yes, who created the first smooze, and yet
basically yes,
and never wanted her.
I mean, can you imagine that? Bliss dressed up in those purple robes.
It's more the warts on the nose. I'm trying to picture Blissy with warts, and it's just not coming to me.
I kind of like the idea of wearing that little horned hat and the robes, and maybe I'm just carrying a jar of smooze around with me.
Oh, there you go. You like to smooze at a party?
Run inside, duck and hide. Nothing can stop the smooze.
Bow, 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 bow. But then I always love...
So he's quoting the Hug a Bunch.
Oh, God, the Hug a Bunch. I hear Firebrand still wakes up in a cold sweat after that. I will credit that was
yes.
one of the... That
you
was one...
wish me warts?
What? Someone's wishing you warts? No.
No, that was the quote.
Oh, yes, the evil queen who's totally not from Snow White. But, I can see that. Although, if you talk about a horned hat, now suddenly I want to see Viking Lightning Bliss. With the new short.
I will conquer all your villages?
Or we can have her in a new special. How to Train Your Tarek Dragon.
Hey! Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah.
He just needs a little training, a little TLC. Or maybe, firm, no nonsense. Let's see here. So I will have to investigate into this sologamy sitch. Swordbreaker. Because Bliss has had so much going on, I didn't want to pester her with the Brushfather stuff. I'm still hoping I could have Keyframe as a mobster. I mean, Bliss, you'd always be welcome, but I know you got a lot going on.
What's this for?
Well, Finn, Jasper, and I came up with a funky idea of a Godfather parody called The Brushfather, where I will stuff some cotton balls in my mouth and record lines as the Brushfather. Finn is he's sort of a traitor to the family, and Jasper will be the rival Bob Boss AI Capone, because it's all about art. And so as hired muscle, we've already done Mad Munchkin as a mobster, and because she's a pacifist, she doesn't have a gun, she has a giant eraser. And was it an eraser or a brush? We debated between that. I'll have to double check. And then I'm going to try and get Keyframe as hired muscle, probably with, well, if one has the brush, the other will have the pencil, and vice versa. I've got weird ideas. But it's fun.
That explains so much.
Really? Could you explain it to me? Because I'm still confused. And I'm the one who came up with it, or at least part of it.
I just did it on the precipice of all this.
When you stare into the brony-dom, sometimes the brony-dom stares back, and you get really weird ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speaking of, just before the stream, we were chatting, and Bliss shared a story with me that made me ponder a TF2 episode where she essentially goes on a rampage and see how the rest of the crew reacts to a hyper Blissy.
Well,
But I also
not sure that would actually happen with my character arc these days, so...
Okay, well, I just spitball ideas. Some stick, some... Well, I don't want to continue with that metaphor. Thank you.
Well, okay, okay.
Spitting balls.
There is one way to do it, but it's just it's a question of well, would we do this to Blissy? Would her friends allow it? Well, yeah, it basically goes against everything Blissy learned, but there would have to be a reason behind it. So, in order for Blissy to go off the walls crazy, I'm guessing you just want her to go crazy, not like Thunderblight crazy.
No, not quite Thunderblight crazy.
Okay. So I think in order to get Bliss to go crazy, would probably be she would have to pull a late night and drink more than 2 cups of coffee, and had lived off nothing but candy and cookies for the past 24 hours.
And the downside to this would be... cookies.
A very exhausted, unstable Alicorn who literally cannot focus and her ADHD has kicked in.
Okay, that I understand.
She has magical outspurts. Magical outspurts. Probably not following the TF2 guidelines and rules.
Yeah, for this match, Bliss has launched a tactical nuke at us. Isn't that against the rules?
But I like that. I kind of like the idea of that happening. And while it is Bliss's fault she got to that circumstance, it's up to her friends to help her get out of it because she desperately needs her sleep.
So with that, there's a question. What's a song that gets you really... Or, well, anything that gets you kind of mellow?
Well, we could always go the route Doc pulled when she was an infant, which was, hush now, quiet now, it's time to lay your sleepy head.
That'd be funny, but I could see Bliss coming in with the hard rock version of that. Ooh, or better yet, death metal.
Could make Golden Fox do the guitar for that. It's like, oh, I know that song. Goldie played the guitar version.
It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. I mean, what is it? Isn't like Duhas? Isn't that supposed to be a lullaby? Duhas, or something to that effect.
Yeah. And probably the only way to get her to honestly stop is let her tire herself out. But will Coal Town survive long enough? I don't know.
Oh, there's this question. She's like, the whole group is cowering in a corner, and she's advancing on them. And just as she rears up for the coup de grace, she keels over and falls asleep. The whole group could just stay there. Should we move? Don't wake her. So they all just stay there throughout the day.
So horrible.
I'm rather fond of it. Did I scale this right? Suddenly these side poses look way too short next to mainstay Sunny. Hoo-ha.
I was about to say.
They got
the one in the middle is too tall. Everybody else is too short.
I know that we got the Pit Petals treatment.
Yeah, short.
Pit Petals short. She's so small. Well, let's see here. Yeah, even if it was just seeing Lightning Bliss do a death metal version of Hush Now, Quiet Now. Do you have a lozenge? Blah, 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 blah.
Hush now! Quiet now! It's time to lay your sleep head!
Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Right out of bed. Because I'm Batman again. Batman. You know, I haven't even thought of Silver-Quill being in a costume.
Oh.
I mean, Lego Meister 14 would like to know, how did you decide on your OC's name?
That was a bit of a... Like, I designed the OC before I designed the name, funny enough, so... When I established the cutie mark, I realized that I felt like the name had to be centered around the cutie mark. And by that point, I already had a rainbow heart with a lightning bolt going through the middle, because I already knew what that was going to represent: spontaneous creativity and love of multiple things. And bringing joy and happiness to others later on. But the name... I knew I wanted something to evolve lightning or energy. Lightning kind of just came to my mind almost immediately. So I'm like, okay, lightning and then something else. Lightning heart? No, that sounds cliche. Lightning bright, like a parody off Rainbow Bright. But that didn't make sense to me either, because there's nothing... I wouldn't say she's lighting up like a lantern or a candle. She's not bright. And then I started to focus more on the rainbow itself, and I'm like, lightning prism? No. Lightning colors? No. Lightning, So when I couldn't really find something that kind of rolled off the tongue very well, I looked up other phrases to what a heart could represent. A heart can mean not just love, but it could also be, it's like one of the primary muscles in your body that gives you life. It can also represent peace of mind, relaxation, being cared for, purity, innocence, bliss, and then I ran into bliss. I'm like, I actually kind of like lightning bliss. That not only rolls off the tongue better, but I was already visualizing the nickname for it, Blissy, which almost sounds like a southern version of Bessie. And because I love my southern roots, I really liked how that was rolling off the tongue. Lightning bliss, Blissy. I could already see people calling her Blissy, and I love it. Huzzah! The Lightning Bliss was born!
Da, 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 da. Excellent. It's kind of funny. I went the opposite direction. I knew the name first before I designed the OC. Because for me, I love writing, so a quill is a great example of that. And then I thought, okay, well, I like writing. I feel like I've got a long way to go to be a better writer myself. So maybe silver. And part of that was based on my the first anime fandom I was a part of, Sailor Moon. And also in Digimon, I was, I just was known as Silver there. So that's how I became Silver-Quill, and then the whole hippogriff thing followed after. So that's
It's interesting how we went different directions in regards to name design. Huh.
Indeed, but well, sometimes that's just how creativity works. Everyone finds their own inspiration. What was that? There was a Charles Dickens Christmas Carol story, sort of like how fictionalizing how he invented it. So he's walking around his office trying to come up with the best name, and he says Scrooge, and suddenly the character is there in his office, projecting. And I just like that idea. All I need is a really good name. But either which way. Now, let's see here. Go a few more minutes since I had a late start, but I also admit I'm kind of hungry. It has been quite the week. I've helped celebrate my mother's birthday, helped a friend get her wisdom teeth removed. Obviously not as the surgeon. That would be wrong. Very wrong. And, I tweeted about this, but I had some home organizers come to help me out because I have been very, very disorganized. And not only did they help arrange the existing space, they helped carve a spot for a crafting area for resin works, which means I can now try other things. So I'm very glad, but boy, howdy, all this in the span of a week. I'm tired. And let's see. And I just got a message that
I myself have been.
Oh no. Please go ahead.
No.
No.
The lag, it's too strong.
The lag, it won't let us connect. We cannot have conversation as civilized beings. That's beings, not civilized beings. Although, what would life be like as a being?
Play Among Us and find out.
Hey, there you go. Actually, maybe I could get in on one of those Among Us games sometimes. That'd be fun. Though I don't mean to invite myself.
Oh yeah, we have them every Friday.
Oh, well, maybe...
If you ever want to join the server, let us know.
Alrighty. I'll send up a flare. Here, stab me in the back.
Yeah, it's Doc's server, so we, when Doc's not there, we will say whatever the heck we want. But when he is there, we mind our P's and Q's, obviously. But yes, every Friday we play Among Us, or try to play at least.
Well, I don't really curse much in the everyday life, consarn it. My mom always emphasized, you save those words for when you're genuinely mad. Otherwise, how will people know? And, well, I'll tell you a story. There was this kid in middle school who just miserable little brat. That's the best way I can describe him. So one day when he's just being in my face, trying to get. I tell him, shut the F up or I'll beat the living shit out of you. And his eyes went so wide, I thought they would pop out of his skull. Everyone around was like, whoa, do my ears deceive me? What skullduggery have I encountered this time? But either which way, he backed off after that because he knew he had gone a step too far. So there's your moral for the stream, everyone. Save your curse words as ammunition because, boy, God, you can use them to great effect. Hmm?
It is interesting perspective. I, on the other hand, am more of am loosey-goosey, but I know when to put a filter on.
Especially around Doc. He has a very, very proprietary or very prim proper view. And which made one Crystal Mountain a bit funny when I showed him the I'm at soup sketch. Because, well, he didn't know why everyone was quoting it. And to this day, it's still one of the funniest videos I've seen. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you!
Fuck you! Father Wolf is always watching.
Always watching. Always watching.
Always watching. Always watching.
Just quoted his favorite movie, by the way.
Excellent. Well, folks, at this point, I think we've had a good run. I'm amazed at how not quite so far I got with Sunny, but I'm still glad with what we've created. Just got to keep on plugging and look on the sunny side. Always on the sunny side. Just got to fix these eyes. Compared to the heads on, she looks far less happy and lively. Maybe I'm just not used to ponies with eyebrows. Anywho, Bliss, is there anything you'd like to tease, announce? You mentioned commissions would be opening up in October, which is just the day after tomorrow.
Very true. Also, I am working on a music video that I originally did have up, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to delete it and basically redo it all over again. But I like to think it'll look a lot better.
Well, that's good. We'll look forward to seeing that. Is good times.
Yeah.
And if you want to catch a spot in Blissy's commissions queue, had to find my words there for a second. But yeah, if you want to get on her commissions list, keep an eye on her Twitter, which is linked in the description of this video on YouTube. And, do your best to grab a spot because they go fast. Fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
They do, especially when I'm going to have a Halloween special. So, woo.
Gotta go faster. But anywho, that's about all I got.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. But in any case, everyone, I just want to wish you all a wonderful weekend and a pleasant evenings. And we will catch you again next time. So, until then, be safe and be well. I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.